Welcome to Section 12 in Neurology. In this section, we will be talking about dermatomes, myotomes, and their associated clinical reflexes. So let's get started. So first, let's talk about dermatomes. Now, dermatomes are areas of skin associated with a single spinal nerve. So pain in a certain region can implicate a certain spinal cord level. And recall that dermatome sensation includes pain and temperature, and as you recall from Section 2, the spinothalamic tract is responsible for pain and temperature. Dermatome sensation also includes proprioception and vibration, which is carried through the dorsal columns. Now here's figure 8.54 from your text showing the dermatomes. So while you can memorize each level, I would recommend just memorizing the dermatomes that are on the next table, which I'll show you on the following slide. And I'll go over these here. For example, know that C2 is the upper half of the scalp, and that C3 is the upper neck. You can see that on both sides. And then C6 is the thumb, and C7 includes this middle finger. And on this particular map, we see that it includes the index finger as well. Just understand that on different dermatome maps that you'll see, there's going to be slight variation. So what's most important is to recognize that the C7 dermatome includes that third digit. And then C8 includes the fifth digit, or the little finger. And then now for the thoracic dermatomes, here in dark blue, memorize that T4 is at the nipple line, and that T7 is at the xiphoid process, and T10 is the level of the navel. So now let's move to the lumbar dermatomes in red. So know that L1 is along the inguinal line here, and that L4 is at the level of the patella and the medial malleolus. So it travels down like this. And know that L5 is the dorsum of the foot. So now moving on to the sacral dermatomes, know that S1 includes the lateral malleolus, which is best seen on this right image. And also know that S2, 3, and 4 all cover the perineum. Here is table 8.7 showing a list of the important dermatomes for step 1. We just went through these on the previous slide showing figure 8.53. I won't read these to you here, but you may pause the video if you want to take this in. So now let's do a question. Let's say a patient is hospitalized following a car crash. He complains of pain on the surface of the abdomen about 2 inches superior to the inguinal ligament. If a vertebral fracture is the cause of the pain, what vertebral level is likely damaged? The cervical, thoracic, lumbar, or sacral? Okay, so the question stem states that there's loss of sensation above the line of the inguinal ligament. And we suspect a vertebral fracture is compressing a spinal nerve associated with a dermatome above this region. So which of the 4 vertebral regions are we concerned about? Well, we know that the L1 dermatome is at the inguinal line, and that the T10 dermatome is at the navel line. And the question stem states that the pain is above the inguinal ligament line. So we are not thinking it's lumbar, which is L1 and lower. Instead, we suspect the thoracic level. We could specifically say that it's probably between the T11 or T12 dermatomes, because we know that it's below the belly button and above L1. Step 1 will not ask you to know the exact vertebral level based solely on dermatomes, except for the ones that we specifically stated in table 8.7. So being able to identify or localize within a few vertebral levels, like between T11 and T12, is quite sufficient for step 1. So let's do another example. Let's say a patient is hit in the neck with a baseball bat. Radiograph shows spinal cord damage to the region beneath the C6 vertebra on the left side. If this trauma has altered sensation on the left side, where would it likely manifest? So this question is almost the reverse of the last question. Here the stem is saying that there is suspected damage to the spinal nerve below C6. What spinal nerve would this be? Well, recall from Section 2 that spinal nerves in the cervical region exit above their respective vertebrae. So the C6 spinal nerve would exit above the C6 vertebrae. So what would exit below C6? Well, that would be the C7 spinal nerve. So with damage to the C7 spinal nerve, what dermatome is likely to lose sensation? Well, recall that the middle finger, or third digit, is part of the XII dermatome. So we would expect that there would be diminished or altered sensation along the XII dermatome, which includes the third digit. And here we've said that there's damage to the C7 spinal nerve, but they are having altered sensation, not necessarily absent sensation. And absent sensation can occur if there's complete severing of the spinal nerve, meaning no sensation can get back in. And we will touch on this in a moment. So now let's talk about referred pain. Referred pain is sensation from an internal organ that enters the spinal cord at a given spinal cord level. Then the pain is actually felt in the dermatome associated with that spinal cord level. Some classic examples are pancreatitis. So the pancreas causes diaphragm irritation, and the diaphragm is innervated by C3, 4, and 5, and so the sensation is sent to those spinal nerves, but the central nervous system identifies pain at that spinal cord level, but in the dermatomal region. Another example is appendicitis, where sensation is sent to the T10 spinal nerves, but the pain is felt at the T10 dermatome. So it's as though the spinal cord senses the pain from the correct level, but attributes it to the wrong part. So we're having pain in the dermatome when there's no problem with the dermatome, rather there was a problem with the internal organ. So let's draw this out. So here's a cross-section of the thoracic spinal cord. So sensation from an internal organ, it will enter at the spinal cord through the dorsal root. Of course, that will be the dorsal root ganglion. But the pain is actually manifest as though the sensation was coming from the dermatomal region. So if we say that this internal organ is the appendix, then the dermatomal region will be T10, or the navel region. So there's a problem with the internal organ, but they feel the pain in the dermatome. So now let's talk about radiculopathy. Radiculopathy is pain resulting from a compression or pinching of a spinal nerve. Now, radiculopathy was actually an example that we discussed before. The patient gets in a car crash and they complain of pain, or they get hit in the neck with a baseball bat and they experience altered sensation. So that's radiculopathy. And this can cause paresthesias, or tingling sensation, which we could say is altered sensation. But there can also just be pain. So just think of radiculopathy as compression or pinching of a spinal nerve. So contrast radiculopathy to referred pain. Both cause pain, but one is caused by compression of the spinal nerve, while the other is caused by another seemingly unrelated organ. But both can cause pain in that dermatome. Now, if we're talking about complete severing of the spinal nerve, this would prevent sensation from ever reaching the spinal cord. So severing the posterior root of the T10 spinal nerve would cause the patient to feel no pain. They would be numb at that region, instead of just feeling pain if it were simply compressed or pinched. Now, myotomes are muscle groups associated with a single spinal nerve, and diminished strength in a certain region of the body can implicate a certain spinal cord region. For example, the C6 myotome is responsible for bicipital flexion. And with damage to the C6 spinal nerve, this patient would have decreased bicipital flexion. So clinically, one can test the strength of a given myotome or spinal nerve by testing its associated function. So here's table 8.8 showing the myotomes. These are the ones that are clinically relevant and important for step 1. I won't read them to you here, but you may pause the video to take this in. Now let's go ahead and apply this knowledge with some examples. A patient has a known herniated vertebral disc and presents with pain in his lower extremity, including the medial ankle. During a neurologic exam, where would the diminished strength be noticed? So basically, the patient has radiculopathy resulting in pain of the medial malleolus. What spinal cord level are we dealing with here? Well, the medial malleolus is part of the L4 dermatome. If the herniated vertebral disc were to result in decreased strength, we would expect the strength to be decreased at the L4 myotome. So how would you test this clinically? Well, you would test the strength of the patient being able to extend the knee. In other words, with decreased strength at the L4 myotome, we would expect that there would be decreased strength in knee extension. So here again is table 8.7, where you can see that the L4 dermatome is responsible for the patella and the medial malleolus. The medial malleolus is where the patient identified the pain. Now looking again at table 8.8, showing the myotomes, we can see that the L4 myotome is responsible for knee extension. Now let's talk about clinical reflexes. Absent clinical reflexes can implicate a specific spinal cord level. So here's table 8.9 showing the list of clinical reflexes you need to be familiar with. I won't read them to you here, but you may pause the video to take this in. Now let's do a question to apply this. A patient demonstrates hyporeflexia when the triceps tendon is hit with a reflex hammer. The patient also complains of occasional shock-like pain in the hand. Radiograph shows herniation within the cervical spinal cord. Now, what region of the hand is likely experiencing pain? So this patient has hyporeflexia at the XII spinal cord level, which is the level responsible for the triceps reflex. Now, the hand pain is described as a paresthesia, that occasional shock-like pain. We also know that the patient has a cervical disc herniation, making us think that the paresthesia is likely caused by a radiculopathy. Now, everything points to radiculopathy of the XII spinal nerve because of the hyporeflexia of the triceps tendon, which is the XII myotome. So if we are identifying the XII spinal cord level as being the one that is damaged, then pain we would expect to be along the XII dermatome. Here again is table 8.7, which you can see the XII dermatome includes the third digit or the middle finger. And since the patient said that they are having pain in the hand, we would expect that that pain should at least include the middle finger or third digit. Now here again is table 8.9 showing the clinical reflexes, and we can see that the XII region is responsible for the triceps reflex. Now the clinical reflexes are closely associated with the myotomes. So where we thought of elbow extension as being associated with the XII myotome, we can see that the same region, C7, C8, is responsible for the triceps reflex, which is ultimately extension of the elbow. Now let's do another question. Let's say the anterior root of the L4 spinal nerve is damaged. What reflex would be altered? So let's draw the anterior root. This is the L4 spinal nerve. And if this anterior root was damaged, we would expect an alteration in the patellar reflex, because the patellar reflex requires the L4 spinal nerve to be intact. If we were to extend the question, we could ask whether the patient would demonstrate hyperreflexia or hyporeflexia. Well, since the spinal nerve is the lower motor neuron, we would expect lower motor neuron signs, which includes hyporeflexia, not hyperreflexia. This section is not meant to be an upper and motor neuron lesion discussion, so please refer to section 2 of this chapter for more information on that. So in review, you need to think of the dermatomes, myotomes, and clinical reflexes all as one. And also recall that spinal nerve damage causes lower motor neuron signs. So if you're able to recall that spinal nerve damage causes lower motor neuron signs, and if you're given a question about a certain spinal cord level, and you can answer anything about the associated clinical reflexes, myotomes, or dermatomes, or you could do everything backwards and find the dermatome and identify what spinal cord level is responsible for that dermatome. Then you can find the associated clinical reflexes that may be altered. If you're able to do that, then you'll do quite well with any of this information regarding dermatomes, myotomes, and reflexes on step 1.